You had Norma Stitch, right?
Yeah, I did. Disgusting.
Sean's working on the wall. Welcome back to themetalfinisher.com. Today we are starting, and we're happy to start a new series called Sandblast 101. In this series, we're going to be covering all types of abrasive blast processes and equipment. Anything from portable units to cabinet blasting, blast rooms, maybe even some automation. But today we're going to talk about blast cabinets, wet and dry. I don't say wet versus dry because they both have really good things to offer. So Sean, why the heck did we start this new series, Sandblast 101?
Pretty much because we were going through the internet and just taking a look at everybody else's videos and stuff, and what we keep finding is a lot of the guys that are posting videos either work for the companies, own the companies, or have some stake in the companies. And yeah, of course we have stake in BlueDogBlasting.com, but we don't make anything. We just sell parts and pieces. So when we were going through these videos, these guys are doing videos almost promoting their stuff and poo-pooing on their competition, or doing things in a fashion that makes their parts and pieces look better, or their equipment look better, or their processes better than somebody else. So they can downplay that and upplay what they got going on. And you know, we're just going after the end user, which is you guys, going for the consumer point of view of what's better, what works, what's not, and just take an unbiased approach and say, you know, from an out in the field use, this is what we feel is the best.
You covered that pretty well. So during this series, there's three things we're going to do. We're going to present products and processes. We're going to test those products or processes, and then we're going to let you come to your own conclusion on what you think's best, and then we'll ask you for some feedback like we've always been doing. Every once in a while we slip, but
yeah, I think it's just an opportunity to be more involved with you guys. You know, we can do videos all day every day, but we really want your feedback. We keep asking you at the end of every video, you know, leave a comment below what kind of process you want to see. This is definitely your guys' opportunity to chirp in and state claim. Chirp, 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 like Twitter. Chirp.
All right, and I think we got a couple voicemails on the hotline, and we'll get to those in a minute, but I want to make three promises to you before we go out to the lab and test and take these hotline calls. We will not be doing any staging, number one. We won't sabotage any equipment. You're not going to see any smoke and mirrors. It's going to be two great pieces of equipment running the same parts.
And most of the time we're going to tell you exactly what we're using so that you know apples and apples what we got going on.
Number two, we're going to be using two industrial grade blast units, both the wet and the dry. And then the last thing, number three, at the end of the video, I can almost guarantee not one person is going to be able to say that one is better than the other across the board.
Yeah, they both have their advantages, and we're going to try to pinpoint exactly what is the pros and cons for each.
All right, guys, before we head down to the lab to do some testing, we're going to go ahead and take some calls from the TMF hotline. Norma, you there?
Hi, Metal Finisher. This is Norma. What's a better cabinet blasting process, wet or dry blast?
Awesome question. Either one. I mean, it all depends on what you're trying to accomplish. They both have pros, both have cons. You know, take a look at some of our past videos. We did a lot of wet versus dry blasting. Depending on what you're going for, you know, that's the finish that you want depicts what machines you need.
All right, so who do we got up next? We got Cole. Cole, you there?
Hey blasters, this is Cole. Can you achieve the smoothest part using a blast process?
Cole, I'm not really sure how to answer that because I haven't tested everything in the world, but I will be showing you guys a video in the weeks to come of a process called accelerated surface finishing. I have not yet seen a blast process that can offer a surface finish as good or even close to the ASF. So if somebody told you they can get the best process to a wet or dry blast process, please send me that info. I'd like to test them out here in the lab myself. Thanks for the question. Who we got next?
Looks like Mike. What's your question, Mike?
Hey studs, what cabinet blast process is faster? Wet or dry? Love the channel. Get out there and blast.
Who's answering this
You're
today?
Why don't you take care of Mike?
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, which is fast? Again, man, take a look at some of the videos we've done. It all depends on what you're trying to do. They both have their speed. It depends on your pressures, what kind of compressor you're running, what kind of media you're running, if it's a suction versus a pressure. There's way too many factors to just give a single definitive answer for you. All right. So next caller.
Yeah, great question, dumbass. All right, we got on the line. Is that Anita? Anita, how you doing today?
Hey TMF, this is Anita. Do you guys ever test the D process?
D process? What the hell is the D process? Anita, we've never heard of the D process. Can you enlighten us?
D's nuts.
Oh, you nasty little bitch.
Who's screening these
Hang
things?
up by her. See ya, Anita. All right, we're going to take one more call. Hank? Hank, you there?
Привет, ребята. Я Хэнк, большой поклонник. Как вы думаете, должен ли каждый...
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, research, man.
I thought you were going to say take the salesman's word for it.
Shoot.
Ooh, good cover there. Hank, is that a serious question? Come on now. Yeah. We pride ourselves here at themetalfinisher.com at really trying to show you the processes. We failed a lot. If you don't believe me, go back to the Wadu fail video. We've done it many times over, but I think it's important to show you those fails. It helps our guys out there that are out there blasting, and it also kind of builds some trust up between us. They know that we're not just going to try to sell them something or pitch some kind of piece of equipment or a process. We really like to show it, prove it, before we try to really throw it at you.
And I would say even with a salesman, he can pitch all day as to what you need, but until you see it in action, make sure that you do your homework and see that it can do what you need it to do.
All right, that's enough for the calls. We're gonna head out to the lab now and get out and blast in a wet and dry industrial grade units. So stick around, we'll talk more about what we're gonna be doing as we pop up the video.
Look at me, I'm Kevin.
And
this
next-
isn't distracting at all while you're doing your video, is it?
Oh, no! All right, we're back in the lab and we're about to run 4 tests. Yes, we're here. You believe it? Think so?
Delaware.
Does it look real? All right, so we ran 4 tests. I actually wanted to do 6, but 2 of them failed. Test number 5 was supposed to be powder coat removal. We were doing all these tests with glass bead / ceramic bead, but I tried in the suction dry system to remove some first powder coat. Complete failure. All it did was kind of fade it a bit, and then the second was a wet coat, pretty heavy wet coat, and that didn't even touch it. It just cleaned up the grease and grime that was stuck to the part. But so first test that we actually did, where we got some decent results, was the engine bracket. So if you remember a video a couple weeks ago, I did this in the wet blast unit, and it did a really good job, but I did have some issues with the media in the water clumping up when you got down in those deep cavities, and it just wouldn't come out from the force of the water or the abrasive. So it was kind of masking down in there. So I decided to go back and do that again. At first we did the dry, had some really good success, cleaned it up really good. Then I flipped it over, went down to the wet blast, blasted it with it, and then I ran into the same kind of issues I did last week. So I decided what I'll do is I'll dry it out, clean it, rinse it off, dry it out, and take it back to the dry cabinet, blast the entire thing, get all those hard to reach areas, and then go back to the wet cabinet to get a little bit better shine on the part. So it came out really good. We'll go ahead and show you at the end the before and after pictures. Test number 2 was a real quick, easy test, an aluminum surface prep before a coating. Part was this small. You'll probably see it back here in a few minutes, but I blasted half with the dry blaster, half with the wet blaster, and we're going to let you guys take a look and think which finish you like better. It's all personal preference. So they're very hard to tell apart, but there is a slight difference. So you guys can let us know in the comment section below what you thought, which one was better or which one you like better. Test 3.
Test 3 was the visibility test, looking inside the cabinet from the blaster's point of view. We did dry and we did wet. Had the camera right over my shoulder while I did some blasting. Let you guys take a look and see which one looks better from the blaster's point of view.
Yes, and I've noticed in the past, just watching videos that I've done, when you have a camera inside the cabinets, the visibility looks a lot better in the wet cabinet. It's so clear, you have no problem seeing. When we went outside from the blaster's view, it gets a little closer. So they both do a good job of keeping the window clear and keeping the dust out. But yeah, that was a great test to see.
Sweet. And test number 4 was the heat test, which we've been kind of trying to do with a bunch of the...
You all right? You feeling the heat?
With a bunch of the things that we've been doing lately. So we did a dry blast and we did a wet blast and just did some temperature readings with a thermal gun that we have. See if there's any heat because of the friction due to blasting.
And I think next time when we do another heat test, probably when we go outside to do the portable, the wet versus the dry portable blast systems, we'll not only do that again like we did with the wet last week, but also some thermal imaging, some videos and pictures just to see real time when that abrasive's hitting the part, see how much heat it's generating and how wide that blast spray is.
Sweet.
So go ahead and enjoy these tests, and then we'll see you here at the end. Wrap it all up.
Get out there and blast.
Get out there and blast. Oh yeah, locked it like Miyagi.
Alright guys, here's the dry blaster. As you can see, we don't have any dust pouring out of this machine. Now let's get in close for the visibility test from outside the blast cabinet. The other side. Good work, Sean. All right, now Sean is on the wet blast cabinet. As you can see, just like the dry, and we didn't expect it with the wet, there's no dust leaking from this machine. Let's get a close-up look inside the machine's visibility from the outside window. We go to the other side. Good job, Tom. All right, ladies and germs, now we're gonna do the heat test, see if there's any differential between
the normal surface temperature, and then after we blast, Sean's gonna blast for 20 seconds. Pick a spot, Sean, where you want to test. Right there. As you can see, we're at 71.6 raw. All right, Sean, get out there and blast.
Give me a countdown, Kev.
3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20.
And we're up to 73.5. All right, now we're at the wet blast unit, and we're gonna check the temperature heat differential between raw and blasted piece. So you got your spot, Sean, picked out. All right. We're at 69.8. Sean, you're gonna go ahead and blast that for 20 seconds.
Give me a countdown, Kev.
3, 2, 1. Where is it at? $66.7.
Yeah, kind of what I figured is it would actually cool it with all the water.
Water definitely does a good job keeping it cool, keeping it comfortable, so it can get out and blast. Thanks for joining us again here at themetalfinisher.com in our new series, Sandblast 101. We look forward to doing some mobile stuff here in the weeks to come. And also, you can like us on Facebook. It'll be the Mobile Blaster Facebook, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If there's any product or process reviews you would like us to tackle, put them down there. If you'd like to see us run some tests, hell, I don't care. If you want to send us some equipment you want us to test, we'll give it a fair, honest assessment and document it all so you can see it. Where can they find you, Sean?
BlueDogBlasting.com, and we're all over the place too. Go over to LinkedIn, go over to Facebook, go over to YouTube. You'll see our little logo all over the place. Get out there and blast.